We are officially streaming.
Bum.
You want me to start at the beginning of this
Bum.
game, right?
Quite honestly, I'm not even worried about the game. You got to entertain. That's what I'm here for. You're here to promote the game. I'm here to promote myself and my new rap album coming out December 9th.
Okay. So
It's called Yo Fat Mama.
I'm assuming you're not.
Yo Fat Mama.
I'm assuming you're not gonna be able to hear the gameplay, the audio from the game.
That's fine.
Yeah, but other than that,
To do this correctly, we would have had to, like, cared a lot more. So.
dude, yeah, this is still a little janky what I've got going on, but hopefully we'll get through.
Oh my God, it's working. Okay, so.
Check, check. 1, 2. Hey, hey, hey. Yep, popped up on my phone that we are now live playing Shoe.
I can't hear the YouTube. Oh, wait. I can. Okay. Oh, I know what's happening.
What's happening?
Yeah, that's on a delay. So, here, hold on. Let me listen to us. This is us right here.
Check, check. 1, 2.
I gotta turn my gain up. That's one thing.
Right, because basically your audio is feeding through as is the game audio, so you're fighting the game audio. So I can go into the game settings and turn the audio down if I need to.
All right, let me find the right audio for me. Live, check 1, 2.
Check, check. Hey, live. Thanks. Tony, you're also in charge of keeping an eye on the chat if you can find it. So.
Oh yeah, that's my thing. Check 1, 2. Testing, Antonio testing. Testing 1, 2. I feel like I'm a little low.
Okay.
You can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I have no problem hearing you. So what we're
Testing
gonna do?
1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Let me go into Shoe here and see if I can.
All right, you know what? It's not that bad.
You can bring it down, dude.
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm good on my gain, I think. Testing 1, 2, 3. Shoe test 1, 2, 3. Yo, Shoe. Yo. What up, Gary? What up, Gary Gray from the UK? Come to say hey while he's in the chat.
Actually, I just
better
realized
bring a bat. Go down and throw down.
Dude, now I just turned you up. So I realized I had it down a little bit, which is gonna also turn the game up. But I think my mic was like way hotter than you in the game.
Gary Gray, do me a favor and stick with us for a few minutes. I'm gonna ask you a couple times if I could get a thumbs up if we have to edit with our settings. So based on my voice, Antonio's voice, do you think that I'm okay? Do I have to be higher or lower? Like that. I'm like that. Don't know how to act. You've gone quiet. Go ahead and start talking.
Me? Check 1.
Yep.
Hey, test 1.
Yeah, you're low.
My vocals are low?
Yep.
Check 1, 2. Alright, I'll bring the game volume down a little bit. And
A little higher for you.
check 1. Game looks a little laggy in the stream. It's concerning. Yeah. There's still some things we need to figure out, but
Is there a way to adjust the quality of our video? Because if anything, you should prioritize the game. Is there a way to do that on OBS?
not the quality of your call. It would have to be through Skype, and I don't even know if Skype has that option. But
So you're putting Skype through OBS?
yeah, it's just like capturing the Skype window, basically.
Pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to do it, though, right?
How else would you do it?
You hold on.
I think that's the way you're supposed to do it.
Here we go. Oh wait. How to stream work? There you go. I'll put it in the Skype. You have Skype open right now, right?
No, don't send it to my Skype. Just read it to me. Or don't. That's okay. Dude, wait, you look fine. I don't see the problem.
Here we go. In OBS, click Settings, select Broadcast Settings. Oh wait, that says Twitch. This is propaganda.
Dude, let's not worry about that right now. There's definitely ways we can improve this, but for now, I think
okay,
it'll work.
Whatever.
My only concern is if the gameplay is going to be really glitchy and laggy, but
we'll see. It's fine. We won't do it. All right, let me put this out there for the peeps.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take this garbage off. Yeah, son. I'm gonna post one more time before we get started. Tweet. Bam. Tweet. Using it. Using it. Using it. All right, we're gonna. Retweet. Okay. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We've reached our goal, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Switch Talk Live. We are streaming. My name's Antonio, and this is my illustrious co-host, Clay Howard. Clay, say hi to the people, Clay.
Hello, beautiful people. What is up?
I'm super hyped out. I can't even explain it. I can't even put it into words. Today, everybody, we're going to be talking about home improvement. We're going to be talking about mortgages, and we're going to be talking about the new game coming to Nintendo Switch called Shu. I'm pretty sure that the S is silent, and it's just so join us. We're so happy that everybody's here. Today, we're going to be giving out $5 in Nintendo eShop credit. I'm addicted to giveaways. Isn't that right, Clay?
That's right. You really, really are.
I can't stop doing it. I don't know why. There's something in my generous nature. You see, IRL, I'm greedy. But on the internets, I really try to get out there and give back to the community, you know, the little people.
You do.
You know, trying to stick up for those are less fortunates. I want to give a big shout out to everybody joining us. Thank you very much, Topic Nintendo. Gary, say hi if you're in the chat. Enrique Herrera, ¿Cómo están? And we got David Jones. What up, David?
Davy Jones.
You're joining us next time. If you're not familiar with the show, but you probably are, Switch Talk, we do 30-minute episodes on the latest, greatest Switch games, and we try to keep it short because we want to fit into your schedule. But today, we're doing it live. We're going to interrupt your dinner. If you're about to get married, leave her at the altar. Love comes around again. It's all a lie. All right.
Harsh, bro. Harsh.
They're saying in the chat, Clay, that your audio is a little low. You need to turn up. You need to mess with some dials.
Hey man, I got dials. I got dials for days.
Mess with all the dials.
Check.
You know how you know when we used to rage, Clay, and we used to go to the club and the DJ's got his headphones on, and he's always like slightly tweaking the knobs. He's not really doing anything.
Totally.
Touch the knob. Just touch the knob. Alright, touch it.
People, is this better? Check 1. Hey, can you hear me?
That's touching a knob.
That's a knob. It says I'm clipping on down here,
so that's probably
That's what I'm talking about, Enrique. He knows exactly what's going on, man. He says too much. You're like really high. So I said touch the knob. Don't assault the knob. Don't do that.
Yeah, let me see. I think I've fixed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, while Clay is trying to save the day, I'd like to make an important announcement, okay? Don't tell my friends or family. You guys are the first to know. But as of today, Gary says up a little. Way too high now. That was on a delay though, so
yeah,
whatever
I think I fixed it.
Perfect. Yeah, just chill out a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, I got an important life announcement, okay? Theoretically, we're supposed to get to know each other over these streaming sessions, over these episodes. Switch Talk, we don't really get to know your co-host, but with the live streaming, we'll be able to work it in there. So before we get to the gameplay, important life announcement for Antonio. My wife and I made a offer on a house. It was a thing that we had to jump on. It was on the market for just a couple hours, and we got accepted. So Switch Talk might be getting a little studio in our new home. So we're going to be talking about mortgages and interest rates and all these words that I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. But we'll be getting into mortgages. But we'll also be playing Shu. Now, for Switch Talk, an episode that's coming up very soon, David, Clay, and I are playing this game. And it's pretty good. Clay, are we ready to get started? You want to share some thoughts on the game and play? Or you want to wait a little bit? Thank you very much, Gary. Really appreciate it. Someone in the chat has appreciated the good fortune of someone else. Now, this is revolutionary, people, and I'll tell you why. The internet is a butthole. It is a black death strangle on humanity. But someone was just happy for someone else's good news. And that means that there's hope.
Wow.
Keep hope alive, people. So what do you say, Clay? Where are we? Where are we with the technical difficulties? You want to try it out?
I think we're good, dude. I don't see why we couldn't give it a go.
All right. Well, let's start playing the game. And if you're in the chat, you can ask about it. I like these games that are smaller on the indie scene that's probably caught people's eye, but they don't know if they should push the trigger. I mean, that's the sweet spot. That's where some small amateur pro YouTubers like us can really get in there and save some people some money. Now, if you're, it says dogs a tad quiet still. What do you mean by dogs, Gary? Maybe. By dogs, does he mean Clay? Because Clay is your dog. But we appreciate this. Keep giving us that feedback because we're still learning here. This is our first stream. I'll let Clay talk for a little bit.
Test 1, 2. Hey guys, my name is Clay and I'm here. That is my name. Check me out on Twitter, yo. How's that?
I don't know. I'm dancing while you're testing.
Yes, you are. All right, we're going into level 1 because Tony's dancing, and this stream needs to pick up the pace.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start into Shu. Now I'll give you my first impressions. When I started up Shu, I was immediately upset at Clay because Clay was the deciding vote. He swayed Switch Talk's next game that we were going to discuss for our regular podcast, and I was severely upset. As you can see in Shu, you play as a little girl wrapped up in a towel. And right off the bat, I was like, what did we get ourselves into? You're really a sock puppet thing, and the story is kind of thin. There's a lot of cutscenes with kind of like half motion to it, but it's really just stills. And, you know, it's beautiful, as you can see. I mean, kind of that you can see. The frames are like at 2 per second.
Yeah, this is not working too good, is it?
Well, I know that because it's streaming on a delay and you're putting like sharing your Skype. I mean, yeah, your Skype screen. So that's That's like not the way, but we'll correct that maybe in a few minutes. But the game was severely disappointing at first glance. Then as you get into it, you notice that it has a few tricks up its sleeve. So your first little character here jumps around the level, and it's super simple, and you can float by holding the R trigger. So that's pretty good. And when you're floating around, it feels floaty, but that's fine. I kept having to forgive the game in order to let me continue. What did you think about it initially, Clay?
Yeah, I mean the first level or two are a little weak, and then but once you hit the second world, I think is where it really starts to shine. That's where I started to really be impressed with it, because the first couple levels just feel a little empty. There's not really any kind of conflict. You don't really die. You just kind of jump around, and so it felt a little empty at first, but then it felt better. So
he was asking what's your resolution at. Maybe if you turn down the resolution of the stream, if that's a thing.
The resolution of the stream or of the gameplay footage?
The gameplay footage. Go ahead and bring that baby down to 720.
I just did. I literally just put it in 720. It helped a little bit, but it's still... I wonder if I'm trying to stream in too high of quality, like bitrate or something. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that it's the way we're doing it. If anybody out there uses OBS, we'll learn from you. You can write in.
I was streaming last night and it wasn't being janky like that, so it's got to be something to do with YouTube and the bitrate and stuff. Because last night I was using Mixer, so I probably still have my Mixer settings rather than my YouTube. Dude, I've been missing the little hamster guys this whole time. I just realized I've missed some.
In the game, you can hop around and you're collecting these little firefly things. And there's also these little baby chicken-looking things. I don't know what this race of people are that you represent. This little village that you're from. You look like a demented like puppet thing. And the objective of the game is to kind of outrun this evil menace. And I think the best part of the game, besides moving around and doing the collectathon of, well, I guess they're butterflies. So these butterflies, you got these little chicken thingies. Have you set your capture to hardware? Oh, Gary says, hey, Clay, have you set your capture to hardware instead of software? That solved my problems. Or as they say in the UK, faults. That's how they say problems over there.
Capture from hardware to software.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I took care of the hype. You had the production settings.
For sure, dude. For sure, okay. Dude.
But if you're watching, and I know one of you are, the game's pretty good. I think for the price point, it's also pretty good. I think it came in at $10. It's one of these indies that's going to come on the scene, offer you those visuals that you're just going to fall in love with. And then if it has that gameplay hook, then I would say that it's a buy. I'm not going to give it a 4-star or anything like that, but if you're going out there and you're trying to get a taste of all the indies, you want to go for something like this. And it's a relatively short experience, which is something you got to factor in as well. When you're moving around, the other best part of the game is the way that you gain abilities, the way that you're layering what you're doing is you're finding other characters, and then they kind of team up. And if you think back to like Mario Rabbids, when you're moving around the little Roomba, you're controlling our little lead Muppet character here, and then everybody else is following after you. And because they're with you, it gives you the ability to stomp down and break things, gives you the ability to bull rush forward, things like that. You can manipulate platforms. I still have to get more into the game to like learn what's going to happen, but I think that the game promises you that, hey, you keep playing these, bite-sized levels and we're going to change it up. About how far have you gotten into the game, Clay?
I I forget what world I'm in. Like, I think it's 3.
I want to say that there's 5, but don't quote me on that. There could be something like 8. But again, a relatively short experience. What was your impression as you went? Do you think that it keeps things fresh since you're a little farther ahead of me in the game?
Yeah, so far where I'm at, like, definitely. I just finished playing a level that had lightning in it, and so you had to,
sweet,
stay in these little protective domes that will protect you from the lightning, and there's also these other levels that we'll see here eventually where you're getting chased by the big purple monster from the opening cutscene, and those are like extremely challenging. I found myself dying on that one a lot. In fact, I had to restart a level a couple times because it was pretty crazy. But and then the collectible part is fine. There's some this part's challenging actually coming up. So I'm gonna let you talk while I do this.
There's these little segments of the game where, again, you're being chased by that aggressive, this monsterish, like, presence. It looks kind of like a cloud mixed with grape soda. And this grape soda cloud is chasing after you, and it's really putting the pressure on you to get through these platforming bits. And I was really challenged because you're also working with all your newly acquired abilities. So you got your little teammates with you, and it's forcing you to use the glide, use the braking, use the dash forward all at once. So as you can see at the end of the levels, you got these things where it's going to be asking you to collectathon, the little butterflies. There's also one of 3 little tablets, and then these little chicken bird baby demon hell spawn things. And I'm not sure what the reward is. I did pretty well one time. I think I got all the chicks and butterflies, but not all of the tablets. So I'm not sure if there's anything to that. And that's what bothers me with a lot of these games, when they go in, make you collect things, and then they don't immediately like give you something. It's almost like on the indie scene or in a lot of these games that are smaller, they don't go that extra mile. But in every AAA game, they've kind of already learned, okay, this is for something. It may not be of value, but they put you into some type of loop. Like if it's Glimmer or one of the other like 18 currencies in Destiny, there's something that can be used for. And it could be throwaway, but it's something. Like right now, tell me what you're going to do with those butterflies, Clay. What are they for? You're going to do nothing with it. So why are you, you know what I mean? Or at least tell you, like give you a little hook. It's fine if it's a surprise, I guess. Yeah. But if you're not stumbling into that surprise every once in a while by just, somewhat skilled play, don't make me scour and not know why I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So that kind of bothers me too. Now, one of the things that was kind of weird about this, and tell me if you noticed, it's a beautiful game, but do you notice that a lot of the assets, like art assets, are like kind of rehashed? Did you notice that at all?
No. But
the wooden things and the little huts and all that, I know it's supposed to be like a village, but these rock outcroppings and the waterfall type stuff, in the first world, I know it's all supposed to be somewhat similar, but this is the first time in a long time that ever even crossed my mind while playing. And then I was thinking back to even older games and things like this. Like it reminds me a little bit of Sonic for some reason, and even with like Green Hill Zone, it's all themed, which is what an area should be. But I noticed for the first time that these assets seem to be kind of rehashed. Like once the third, fourth time I saw the waterfall, I was like, this is like way too similar. And I've never had that criticism, not that I know of. And that's something that I noticed, which, for an indie developer, for someone who's, putting something out like that, it's spring loaded, I believe. They're doing their best, I'm sure. And it just felt a little bit odd.
Yeah.
How often are you dying in the game, minute to minute, would you say?
In the later levels, a little more often. Definitely in the first area here, not as often.
What do you think of those chase segments when that little purple monster thingy pops out at you. What do you think of those?
Well, I'm a Donkey Kong Country fan, so I love it, dude, because it just reminds me of like Tropical Freeze and stuff. So I'm all about
yeah.
Like
I can see some of that.
And then yeah, I'm not a speedrunner, but I like wish I was, and so I like taking things kind of fast. And so I think the game kind of encourages that at times. In fact, after you beat each level, you can go back through and replay the level in more of like a time trial mode. And so I think this game kind of is encouraging people to learn these levels and play them faster, which I think is pretty cool. Whoa!
Yeah.
Sorry, I just went through a building. I've never noticed you could get in these.
I went in accidentally one time, which again says, I don't know what that says about the game, but it was nice to discover. That was pretty cool.
Because, like, look, the window is open. Like, it feels like they want you to go in there, but I could never get into one, so I just assumed, oh, it's just, like, right here's another one. And I found a little tablet there.
I'm in the same boat. At first, I thought it was just a really odd visual tweak that they put in there to like kind of be interesting, and I wanted to go in.
Right.
I spent a couple seconds like throwing myself at the wall. So I was kind of like, okay, well that seems like a distracting visual cue, because I feel like I should go in but couldn't. But I guess again, depending on how you're approaching the wall, you can pop right in there if you're doing it the right way, which is again an odd choice. You really don't want to see that. Like, if someone's playing your game, you know, like the best games, you want to learn as you go, you know, as we all know, like you don't really need to have that tutorial to say, hey, you can jump in there.
Right.
It should just be, you know, able to be done on a whim. So it's interesting. With the people like this little guy that you're following around, I noticed that because the controls felt floaty at first, that it felt better when I had a string of character companions behind me. And I don't know if that's just mental, but I realize now kind of why it controls the way it does. If it was less floaty, it would feel weird once you have a string of characters behind you. Mm-hmm. What do you think about the controls, like as far as jump to jump with the little sock boy person?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, your center of like your hitbox or whatever, it's weird. It's kind of like when you're controlling in Mario Rabbids and you're like leading with that little Roomba guy. It's just like you don't know, you kind of start to forget what you're controlling because you've got like 3 people or 2 people behind you, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I know I'm this little like wing looking person, but sometimes you just are like, I don't know who I am or whatever. So, but I get what you mean by it. It like makes maybe a little more sense with the controls after that. But
I don't like to do this, but this is a $10 game. Do you think it's appropriately priced for the experience that it's offering?
Oh, totally. I think it's worth it for the visuals alone, I guess I would say, because that was really what drew me into this game, was the visuals, the art style, the fact that the characters are these 2D sprites, but then the majority of the world kind of has a 3D look. Like looking inside this building right here, just like, I don't know, just the way they made it kind of look 3D and stuff. And so I'd say for that alone, it's worth it. But there's way more to it than just that. I mean, I think even if you just kind of fly through this game and it only takes you, a handful of hours, I still think it's worth $10 just for the experience. I think the music's great. I know we have it a little bit low in the stream right now, but there's the other girl. And yeah, so those things combined right there, I think it's worth it.
I was pleasantly surprised after the first level, and that kind of surprises me that you wouldn't want to put your best foot forward and kind of get that mechanic out there sooner. I've known that, for instance, if you look back to the classic Super Mario Brothers, like on just regular Nintendo NES, like you're getting a power-up fairly quickly in the first world, Whereas in this one, they introduce you to the glide, and I think it was just a little too long before you get that partner with you. So again, because I didn't like it so much that first world, I think you have to get that foot out the door, and they don't have to be there the whole time, but just kind of quickly show you. Just thinking from a best foot forward perspective, just trying to make sure you don't lose anybody, because time is precious. You don't know. I don't know what the attention span is of a gamer. But like when I download like a mobile game, for instance, if it doesn't grab me immediately, that thing is deleted. And on the Switch, because you're spending money, this isn't a demo, I wonder what the attention span is of a gamer to give a game a try. And it doesn't last long. They're bite-sized, but it's just a thought. I kind of wish that they would kind of let you know what you can expect, because I was so pleasantly surprised after that. Once you got the 3 characters, I was rolling. I told my wife, she's like, "Oh, what's that game?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's just this new one where it's Shu. We're trying it for Switch Talk and all this." And she's like, "Well, what do you think?" I'm like, "I hate it." I'm like, "Clay's gonna get a piece of my mind. As soon as I see that guy, we're gonna have words, because it was gonna be this or Celeste." So we all know how that story went. But it turned out that a few moments later, bite-sized worlds, it got me pretty quickly. So I was pretty happy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you've stayed with us. You've stayed with us for quite a while, and I want to thank you. We're about to give away $5 in Nintendo eShop credit. If you'd like to be entered in the running, please say something in the chat. I only see Gary, and then I think I'm watching, and I know you're watching, Clay, on this screen. So somebody else is watching. So please, speak up now or forever hold your pieces. This was fun, Clay. I'm not gonna lie. I like streaming.
Yeah, man.
I like to make that announcement pretty clear if it wasn't clear at first, that we're gonna be getting into streaming a bit more. Gonna be handling the hype and intellectual property, while Clay is the brick and mortar muscle. So Gary's here, and I'm pretty sure Gary's gonna be our winner, because I don't have anybody else here. But unless this looks absolutely horrible, then we should post it on our YouTube, so it's not just here. I think it automatically saves, actually. Isn't that how YouTube works? Yeah. We're learning, people. It's like training wheels. We're on the bike. We're on the bike with the training wheels. This is a bike. This is a bike. I also want to make the announcement that I'm going to be starting up some very exciting things with my friend Clay here, as well as a lot of other very talented people that are in our little podcast community and beyond. That was very important to us, to kind of go out, scour, find people to work with that were talented. So we're going to be doing some more stuff, and it's going to be all about games and loving on people and holding hands and visiting the good old South.
Good old South.
I'd like to mention that this is brought to you by Coca-Cola Cherry Zero. Now that our advertising dollars are going to be rolling in, all of our problems are gone.
That's tasty stuff, man.
So, we're going to be giving away this Nintendo eShop credit to Gary. Congratulations, Gary. Gary Gray.
Well done, Gary.
But in order to present that, we brought in a special guest. Okay? My name is Mrs. Maisel. I'm so happy to be here on Switch Talk. My husband is out. I'm at home with my modem, watching the internet. I love Switch Talk. It's amazing. My son was playing this little handheld. I said, "Chutzpah, what is it?" He said, "Ma, it's the Nintendo." I was like, wow, the screen's so small. And he was watching the tubes, the YouTubes. And I saw these guys talking. And one of them was like, handsome. And I said, "Oh my, who's that?" He said, "Mom, that's Clay Howard." Clay Howard is a boss. I'm so happy to be on the stream.
I'm so happy to present this award for most watched YouTube stream on this day herein. Thank you so much for watching, Gary Gray. We award you with $5 American. Oops. He's from the Ook. That's what we call it here in the Bronx. Ook. Or as you call it, the UK.
He says you're breaking Clay.
Yeah,
So
I'm dead inside.
Congratulations. Mama needs some new Newports, so I'm gonna have to sign off. So long, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Antonio's mom.
Thank you for joining us, Miss Maisel. And we have awarded $5 Nintendo eShop credit to our good friend Gary Gray. Actually, I think I have a UK eShop, so we'll work it out. Any other thoughts, Clay? Since I mean, the streams are gonna get better, people. Maybe we shouldn't post it. Gotta delete this immediately.
No way, dude. We're keeping this because I'm playing like a boss right now.
You are very talented. I honestly died a lot in the beginning levels trying to figure out how much it was trying to get me to explore. I knew there were collectibles, so I was like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be worth my time. They weren't. So I started to not, just kind of go for the main platforms and such.
But you just have to remember, collectibles are all about 100%. So if you want 100% a game, you got to get them all. If you don't care and you're just trying to get through the game so that you can talk about it on a show, then you just get them when it's convenient. And all right, here we go. Oh yeah, time to run.
Do it. Dun 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 dun
Oh,
dun
jeez.
dun.
I do
dun.
die a lot on these, I will say, so this might get ugly.
Do it.
I love that the chase segments come out of nowhere. I was panicked. Like the first time it happened, I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, right.
Surprise game mechanic. I love games that surprise you and evolve, and this fits the bill. It really
Totally.
does. Everyone, pick up Shoe. $10 on the Nintendo eShop, I believe.
Yeah.
If you get on sale, even better. But honestly, these people need your support. They deserve your support. It really is a quality title. I'm very happy with it. Don't regret it at all. And thank you, Clay, for picking it. I love that. What is Shoe? Do we know? I didn't look it
I
up.
have no idea.
Is Shoe the thing that's chasing you, or are you named Shoe, or is Shoe like just like a misnomer or whatever you call it? I don't know.
Yeah, we should probably figure that out.
You did pretty well. Look at this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, son. I want to thank you all for watching our first ever Switch Talk Live. Apologies for the 2 frames per second gameplay.
Hey, it's gotten
but
better.
We hope you enjoyed our big announcements, our little teases for what's to come. And thank you very much again for everyone who watched. And we do try to do giveaways and reward you for being such good fans.
Dude, are you wrapping this up?
I thought we were.
Dude, we're supposed to stream for an hour, aren't we?
Nobody's here, Clay.
That's not important. They'll watch it later, right?
Nobody's here, Clay. I'm talking to the walls, man.
Dude, that's why you gotta start somewhere.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about mortgage.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so buying a home is a scam. It's a complete scam. I was glad to share my news first, even before telling my family that I was buying a home with Clay and David, my illustrious co-host. I don't know what illustrious means, I'll be honest. Anyway, so I let them know, and I'm so happy to share the news with them. Again, if you're watching this, any of my friends and family, I'm sorry I didn't tell you first. But the thing about buying a house is everybody wants a cut. So you go and you say, okay, a house is hundreds of thousands of dollars, but here's how you finance it, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you need an inspector, and then you need an appraiser, and then you need some guy to walk you into the house the first time you go in, and you slip him a 50. And it's literally like that every step of the way. But I'll tell you the dumbest part. You ready for this, Clay?
Yeah.
If you're buying something, you want to know if there's anything wrong with it, right? I don't care if it's a iPhone 6 on Craigslist or a mail-in bride. Am I not right?
Makes sense.
More information changes the conversation. Remember that, okay?
Mhm.
That's my little tagline for 2018. So if you're buying a car, you look at CarMax or something like that because they say, hey, we looked at it, we shook it around, we messed with the steering wheel and the gear shifts, and you know what? This isn't a piece of junk. There's no lemons here. So you have more confidence, don't you, Clay?
Yeah, makes sense.
Have you ever bought a used car, Clay?
Twice.
Forget it. What are you driving right now?
I am driving a Nissan Rogue.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's sexy. So this Nissan Rogue thing, is it a 2-door or a 4-door?
Dude, I am not a slob. I do not drive 2 doors.
All right. Sorry to all you 2-door people who are watching this later on YouTube.
Yeah, you
who are
slob.
enjoying our 2 frames per second gameplay. All you 2-door people. But the reason that I bring it up is because when you buy a home, you walk in, right? And you're trying to buy it before anyone else. So you go and see it. Maybe you're with a little realtor guy. Maybe you're alone and you're just at an open house, blah, blah, blah. So you walk in, you take a look at the house, and they want to know if you want to buy it. And I say, okay, is anything wrong with it? You got holes in the roof. You got rats in the basement. Is there someone living underneath the stairs? Gary Gray says he drives a 2-door.
Uh-oh.
The chat is full of expletives now.
Oh, no.
He is going for it. He's doing body blows into Clay on that YouTube chat. Bam, bam, bam. Anyway, so they want to know if you want to buy this house right off the bat. Does that make sense, Clay?
I'm so fired right now.
Clay, guess when you get a inspection of the home?
When?
After you make an offer to buy the thing.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
So they do some things where, okay, if something's wrong with it, they mess with the price and all that. But they want to know if you want to buy it based on the paint on the walls. You can't see what's going on. You don't have a trained eye. You're over here. Number one thing, you walk into the house, you're like, where does my Xbox go?
Totally.
What's the angle of the TV? That's all a man wants to know about the home. In fact, before we got married, I asked my wife, I said, before we get married, once we get married, can I get a TV? Because we were talking about all this money for how much it was going to be for a wedding or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she said yes. So the thing went through. Had she said no, I still would have done it. I'm just saying it sweetened the deal. So
Totally.
same thing. Now that we're looking at this house, I say, I'm going to get an OLED. That's Alienware. That's alien technology. David, you know what I'm talking about. Our co-host has one. An amazing TV. So long story short, when you're buying a home, everyone's a snake. The people showing you the house is a snake. The people who listed the houses... No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's cool. Everyone's helped us. We have gotten a lot of help from people who know what they're doing. And that's really what you need to do. We're all around the same age, and some of us own, some of us rent, some of us are going to look to own. So I think this is a pretty interesting conversation.
Totally.
Nobody in the universe, the known universe, is playing Shoe, who have the podcast Switch Talk, who are also simultaneously giving home ownership and buying advice. Guaranteed. Only here, people. That's an exclusive.
That's
and you
right.
can't get any better than exclusive content. I like this guy, this yellow guy who lets you walk on water. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, that's what his thing is. He's kind of annoying, but other than that, I like him.
You know who else could walk on water, Clay? Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
And Prince, if you believe the rumors. Rest in peace.
I do not. He probably had a 2-door.
He's talking crap about Prince. Boom.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it.
We're doing-
Gary, I can't believe I think Gary's still watching. This is incredible.
He said bye. I thought he was gone.
no,
but-
you said bye, but then the home ownership advice
Yeah, he realized
came
he
in.
couldn't leave. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
he
like, I
needed that.
can't leave. There's no way that I can pass up this home ownership advice. So I'm going to give you a little bit of tease. I'm going to break down a little bit of what we got planned. We're going to be streaming a lot more. We're going to be taking it live because something that's going on with Switch Talk, I think, is people want to know about the game buying decisions a lot sooner than we can get the episodes out because we haven't gotten codes yet. And, we'll try to work on that. so we can kind of be out ahead of the curve. It's going to be hard to get codes from multiple people since we have multiple people playing to discuss. But Gary said I said goodbye to Mrs. Bronx.
That's Mrs. Basil to you, Gary. Don't give me any sass. I'm not gonna take any sass from you, Gary, okay?
That ruins my voice.
I bet it does.
La 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 la. All right, good. Everything's tuned up. So, this little character here that you got, this little yellow guy, I'm a really big fan. Again, you're just in like level 3 or such, and already things are changed up enough visually, and things are changing enough mechanically that keeps things fresh, and that's what I like. Now, you've gotten past this point already then, Clay, right?
Yeah, definitely. So some of this is coming back just from memory, but
you're really good at this. You're like speeding through.
Thanks. Yeah,
Sometimes. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm having a great time, dude. I'm just kind of mindlessly playing, but like I'm enjoying myself, dude. That's why I'm like, no, let's not stop streaming because I'm having fun, even though I just died in the same place twice.
The thing about these games too is because we review so much lately, and we're getting into writing reviews and all that, is another thing that we're dipping our little toes into. You want to get out ahead of the curve. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. You have to know when to start and stop and schedule your play if you really want to get it out quick. So I think the game, if I'm not mistaken, was about 3 hours to beat. And I refer to timetobeat.com. I think it's timetobeat.com. I'll correct myself on a later stream when I get that straight. But they're really good about posting like the average time, quickest time, longest time to beat games, and also like sorting it by if you're a completionist or you're just doing the main story, depending on the game. And it's harder to find a lot of detail on there about, smaller games, but Shu was on there at 3. And my pacing is way off on that. I mean, I spent at least an hour on like level, like I've only gotten through 2 worlds, and there's no way that I'm gonna keep pace because I'm not finished with the second one yet. There's just too much going on. Like I got butterfingers. I'm hitting spikes. I'm falling to my death. I'm letting that shoe thing eat me up over and over. But you should be on America's Got Talent playing this.
No, I'm not that good, but it's fun. I love platformers, though, I will say that. So
there used to be a game on Nickelodeon, I think, where they had kids playing video games and racing against each other, and there you would like get a high score in like a shmup, like a shoot 'em up thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was called. But I wish I could find that information and go back and watch a couple episodes because we got to revive that thing.
Yeah, dude, I totally remember that show. I feel stupid that I can't think of the title, but I know.
But it was
exactly
cool.
What you're talking about.
I love that thing, and I mean that's the way to get them. Like that's why I like the Switch because with all the recent announcements, with the great way that they're getting into people's homes, you need to reinvigorate gaming. Like you need another wizard type movie in theaters, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, people are. Did you watch the Overwatch League thing?
I haven't watched any of it, but I'm aware of it.
One of the things that it's done better than other streams is the commentary. The camera work is still kind of off. They stay in like first person view and then they kind of go back to a third person view and they stay in first person a little too often. But things like that, getting people interested, like, hey, I'm a casual or whatever you want to call it personally, and I all of a sudden am watching streaming more. I'm getting into a PC a little bit, like anything can introduce you and open the door, and all of a sudden you say, you know what, I could go for this and I'm interested. And we need more of that. Like, make casuals the hardcores. Make hardcores kind of try out some casual stuff. Things like that. We need to mix it up, is what I'm saying.
Totally.
You can't leave it, too liquids. You gotta oil and vinegar that and shake that up.
Dude, I died on this part so much yesterday when I was playing this.
It looks difficult. Why don't you try to go up? Like, can you not make that up jump? Is that not possible? It looks like it's possible.
Oh, there's even a little guy up there. That actually was a lot easier, surprisingly. Go, go, go. Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say the controls are the most responsive because I've tried to hit jump and I felt like it kind of gamed me a little bit and betrayed my button press.
I don't know,
that's
man.
Dope. That's cool. That looks really cool.
I don't know. I think it's pretty responsive, but
Well, you're really forgiving. You know what I mean? Like I'm a strict control freak.
I guess.
Okay, so Gary says we had Games Master. I think he's referring to the video game shows that people have seen. So in the UK, for people who don't know, instead of butter, they use something called lard. And instead of salt, they have something called paprika. Instead of handshakes, you hold your hand out like that.
And you lick it.
And you lick it.
Right.
And then you touch the other person's forehead and you put just ever so slightly a couple drops of moisture on that forehead.
Yep.
And that's how they say hi.
Yep.
It's very odd.
It's called a saltutation. I don't know. That was bad.
Now, Gary also says Thumb Bandits. I don't know if that's another show. And now we've got Go 8-Bit. I hope that that's another show. So apparently the whole theme of having game-driven media in that vein is still alive and well in the UK. Is it the United Kingdom, or did they get rid of that name in favor of
I don't think
something?
they're united anymore. It's just Kingdom.
It's just the Kingdom. Okay.
Right. Dang it, I keep doing that.
Gary says that the handshake is called the Standard Moisture Wipe, or the SMW.
Sounds right.
That's what the handshake is called. Standard Moisture Wipe. So I'm going to ask Clay to review this game and finish it up for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. How about that?
Do you have
You're way
things to
better.
do?
You're way better at it than me. Come on. Look at that. You're going to be done like 3 days before me. You might as well do a write-up. Give us all the tad bits and
I'm already
tidbits.
working a write-up, bro.
Okay, so Gary says we're united, just booted the EU out. So apparently the EU
Is not
is
united.
it's a subsidiary of all the other European entities, and they all still hate each other, but they stay united for the good of the community. Neighboring nations, ladies and gentlemen. Always wanted to go to the UK. Always wanted to moisture some people and things like that.
Yeah, the standard.
You know what I'm really into? You know what the biggest gaming announcement is going to be of 2018, Clay?
What?
The Royal Baby.
That's it, the royal baby.
That's it. Yeah, the Royal Baby. It's going to shake up Kotaku like you've never seen before.
To the
It's going to be all over the subreddits. I hope to see that. I think that the thing that people really want to know about the indie games and the coverage that we're trying to give, the thing that's really pressing on the top of everybody's minds is how much are we spending on these games personally out of pocket? How much gaming are you doing so far? Let's just in the last year, how many games would you say you bought on the Switch since launch?
Ooh, a lot.
He says turn your bit rate down. I think you were at 2,000. It's at 1,200. Try that.
I've actually got it at 1,000. I brought it down.
Ooh, wait.
But I appreciate.
Is it looking better? It's looking a little better.
I'm telling you, it's been at 1,000 for like the last 30 minutes.
I'm almost certain that you're not supposed to stream your screen if that's really what you're doing. I think you have to put the feed, some type of direct feed. Anyway, I don't know much about OBS. I did know a lot about OBS, and I stopped doing stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing, and it's probably the difference is from what he's talking about, is that I'm using a Mac, and for some reason Mac you cannot directly capture the software of my game capture. You have to you have to capture the screen instead.
Oh no.
And I don't think they've updated that, but maybe they have, and I just haven't gotten with it. But
okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to take the Mac and you need to throw it out and go and get yourself a PC.
Why would I do that?
You don't have a laptop? An old one?
Yeah, I have a Mac laptop, dude.
No, a real laptop.
No, yeah, I have a real Mac laptop.
No, like a laptop that works.
Dude, if I'm going to go and throw my Mac away, I might as well go out and sell my car and get a freaking two-door.
What year is your Mac?
The one I'm using right now?
Yeah.
It's a 2016.
Oh my god.
Yeah, shut up.
How much RAM you have in there? No, that's good. 2016 is great.
I don't know. That's a good question. I know it's beefed up because it does a lot.
Gary says he has a $400 laptop, and he actually upgraded real recently, and he says that it can capture direct. He said that he paid a fraction of what you did. I used to be Mac.
I'll go ahead I'll go send him a list of all the things that I can do that his $400 laptop can't do. So he'll have
He says it's only a 1-door. Since you're hating on anything less than 4 doors.
That's right.
So a Mac is like the 2-door car. That's what it's like. It's like impractical. Why are you doing it? I was Mac for a long time, but I just got carried away with spending money on it. It's like I didn't want to spend triple anymore. The streaming, we're gonna have to do it from my PC, Clay. We're gonna have to be doing it.
Then you have to play the game, and we all know how that's gonna go.
I'm gonna have to play the game and be the hype man, and then you can, I don't know, make fun of people in the chat or something. Well, I don't know how we're gonna do it then. We're gonna have to work it out. What we're gonna do is have to start a Patreon called Buy Clay at PC, so we're not hitting. I think we're up to 4 frames per second, people. I want to thank Gary Gray for talking to us about the streaming settings. We really appreciate it. So, since the game is pretty enthralling, but not entertaining on a minute-to-minute, Clay's basically blowing it out of the water. I think if you were dying more, it'd be a little more interesting, because then it's like an underdog trying to fight for something, but nobody wants to see anyone master this stuff. Most streamers want to suck, and then all of a sudden pull out one good game at the end of their 4-hour stream. I don't know if you know that.
I'm pretty sure you have zero like statistical, mathematical provement of any of those statements.
It's just science, okay? I'm sick of you flat earthers talking about pro streaming. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Hashtag flat earth.
My wife was told me yesterday, she's like, did you hear about this flat earth thing? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about this right now. I was like, what about a plane? What if you look out a plane? Like, I don't know. I want just, again, not scientific at all. I'm like, what about globes? Like, that's anything. I was just like, I don't know. I'm like, why is nobody falling off the edge? Like, what if people have? You don't know. Science.
So I've never played this level. This is new territory for me here.
Brand new territory, people. Brand new. I'm super interested right now. Woo, this looks cool. A little extreme platforming.
I'm Antonio. All the wood looks the same. It's just been reused art assets. Bleh, this is dumb.
Don't lie to me and tell me you're not noticing that a lot of stuff's kind of reused.
It's called an art style, Tony.
No, it's not. It's not. It absolutely isn't. For instance, this level looks too similar. Like, if this had a blue sky in the back of it, it'd be the first level again.
But that's all. It has a sandstorm.
I know. It has a sandstorm.
It's a different village.
But I'm just saying, it's a little repetitive in the art style. Okay, Gary, weigh in here. From what you've seen in the 4 frames per second that we're streaming here.
He owns this game.
No, he doesn't, does he?
Yeah, he owned it on PS4 and he owns it on Switch now.
Get out of here. Wow. Big spender. Getting back to that then.
Big spender.
How many games have you spent on this? How many games have you bought on the Switch since launch, would you say? Just a ball.
Who, me?
Yeah. Talk to me about your pockets, brah.
Can you see my screen here?
No. Oh, on the stream. It's on a delay, so I'll see it in a second and be impressed, I'm sure.
Yes, you should be very impressed with all
You're gonna be jumping out.
all of my cool things that I have here.
Ooh, wait. Oh, my God.
This is probably my favorite.
Good
Super
Lord,
ping pong trick shot. It's a game of the year.
You got ukulele? And you didn't say anything?
Well, because I beat it 9 months ago on my Xbox. So what is there to talk about?
Talk to me about Super Mario Brothers. Is it worth it? I know they say that it's not exactly the same version
Yeah, it's
as
a little
the
different.
original.
It's the arcade versus version, but it's close enough to satisfy your taste, I would say.
I'm jumping in on that.
Do
I don't
it.
know why. Why do you have the Mario Brothers though?
Just because it was the first one, and I was like, I should get that. I'm not a huge fan of that game, but I played it a couple times and then put it away.
Do you think that they're focus testing to see if they could get away with just doing arcade archives and just go that route with everything? Because
No.
I mean, what would stop them from doing Mario 3 or whatever?
Mario 3 wasn't in the arcade versus.
What do you mean?
Do you even know what an arcade versus is?
No. I thought it was just the branding that they were doing old games on.
No, it's an actual machine.
Arcade Archives, I thought it was.
Arcade Archives was called, but Versus is a arcade machine.
Oh, so this is what was on the machine at the time.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they're piecemealing it instead of giving you all at once.
right, because why would they give it to us all at once? That would be stupid.
Yeah. Why would they give us choice?
But the Versus is this little red thing that you sat down at, and it had two screens, one on each side, and so you'd play things together. Like Excitebike Versus was one.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And so you could race against each other, and you had your own screen, and so
I didn't spend enough time in arcades in my youth, so I wouldn't
Well,
I wouldn't know.
that's why you don't understand good art style when you see it.
Okay. I guess you got me. I don't have the education.
That's right.
I don't have the experience. Youngins like me don't understand when I've seen a good thing. You've opened my eyes to my own fault.
What does it want me to do there?
Now that I know that I have poor taste, I'm reevaluating a lot. I'm like, okay, am I seeing the wrong movies? Like everything that The Rock is in, I see. Is that a bad choice?
No, it's America, dude. Everybody sees everything that The Rock is in.
Anyway, getting back on
Have
track.
you seen this old lady, dude?
Not yet, but I will in a second.
What are you talking about? She's right
I'm
there.
watching on delay. Oh, that's an old lady? I thought it was a couch following you. I guess I don't know good art style, because that looks like a Ottoman couch.
Well,
it looks like an Ottoman couch combo following you.
So it appears that every time I get to this little like bell that's on wheels or on a rope, she can press A and it makes things move, and then there's like little, so this right here, if I press A on it, it takes me up, and then I can press A to like change these, oh, I'm dead, these flippers to change the direction of it as well sometimes, which is interesting.
Gary says, James Corden, he's a cockroach of the UK. So I think that's The Rock in the United Kingdom.
See,
James
I
Corden.
I think you have the wrong idea of The Rock here. He's like the beloved celebrity of America right now, Tony. So I don't
The
get it.
Rock?
Yeah, dude. He has one of the largest followings on social media of
So
like anyone.
You're telling me that Tom Hanks is out and The Rock is in?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I don't know my social. I'm not up on my social beat. I better subscribe to People Magazine
I think you have The
immediately.
Rock in your mind as like some kind of John Cena kind of dude, but no, he's. Dude, I finally got double jump.
So they love The Rock in the UK as well.
Yeah,
I
everybody
can-
loves The Rock. He's
I can't
probably
stand that dude.
he's
Are we
probably
even playing
gonna-
here? Is this a bit? Are you continuing with the bit? Can we talk
probably
seriously?
going to be the president of the United States next.
Don't, because now it's gonna happen. All right, we got to be ending the stream here because I've gone over my allotment.
No, dude.
Now-
we
now
it
that
is.
I have
no.
to go sign home ownership papers and all these things.
Dude,
I'm
we
not
have
even
9
kidding.
minutes
We have 9
till the
minutes.
stream is over. You
Well,
can
we
tell.
started the stream late, first of all.
I know, and we
Yep.
started on the hour.
Okay, are we streaming tomorrow?
No,
Well, we gotta start a schedule, Clay. This is how
tomorrow
you
is
gain
not a schedule.
Gary Gray says Tom Hanks pleases the pants off of him.
Wow.
Gary Gray says, "Oh my."
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, Coat Sink says Switch Talk are streaming Shoe the Game right now. Go say hi.
They just tweeted it.
Yeah.
Aw. I tagged them in
I know,
it,
you did tag him.
but dang it. Well, now we can't get off, Tony. Now we have to stay on. Oh, how do I... Oh, I got a double jump. I keep forgetting I have that. Ah! And he got me.
Alright, so...
I'm sure your wife will understand, dude.
Nope.
Go!
Alright, so I have to pause really quick to tweet the dev back to tell them, great game, thanks.
That's all you're gonna say?
What am I supposed to say? Go ahead. You tell me something, and I'm gonna say Antonio says great game, thanks, and I'm typing exactly what you want to say back. Go ahead. Go.
Well,
I'm typing
so
so keep going.
game.
I only have limited characters even
Game.
with the expand. Hey.
So
Did you say hey? Did I put that in there?
game.
Game.
So
So
good.
good.
Thanks.
How many O's do you want in there?
All of them. Just feel it out, dude. Whatever you're feeling, bro.
I think once you get beyond 5 O's, people start to judge. So
Well, keep it modest.
okay, so there were 5 O's. 5 O's in that.
Oh,
tweet.
crap.
I want to thank the dev. Thank you so much. So, is it racist to say
Whoa,
that these
what?
little people look like puppets?
Oh crap! I just went into the purple.
Because I'd feel bad if this was like based off some actual tribe, and then I just called this group of peoples puppets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these fictional people that can fly and double jump are not real people.
I don't know.
You have to look it up. Oh.
I'm really digging the purple
Yes.
that you're finding. So that's
Interesting.
instant death, I'm guessing, by touching, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're kind of semi-racing toward the more dangerous areas where purple is, so it's not just the grape soda smoke monster following you. It's
I
kind of
guess.
like all over.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like the hands reaching out to you. See, this is really good ideas that they incorporate. Again, anything that kind of builds, I like. If you're showing me something. Ooh, good moves.
got-
Look at that.
Got me.
Look at your progression. Are you going to beat this game on this stream right now?
No.
Are you flipping this?
No,
Are you
dude.
flipping this? Oh my god, he's going to flip it.
No, I'm
He's
not.
going to flip. He's doing it live, people. He's flipping it. That's it.
Calm down, Tony. Hey, calm down.
Benny B streaming live. You met my grandma, Miss Maisel. Relax.
Keep your eyes to yourselves if you knows what's goods for yous.
Gary. All right. So we have been streaming Shu for about an hour, so I gotta go. You can go ahead and keep my screen on blank if you want.
Nah,
Because
we'll wrap it up.
I got some important things to do, but I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Gary. We're gonna get you that eShop credit, man. I'm a man of my word. I lie 99% of the time, but I'm still a man of my word.
No, dude, we're gonna finish this level out together, and then we're gonna call it quits.
We're gonna do it together, man.
I need from you the most epic, because you're the hype man. I need the most epic finale for this, this stream.
The most epic finale?
Yeah, whatever that looks like for you. Oh, what was that? I thought I had a double jump, and I don't.
Well, you're never gonna beat the level, Clay.
He's never gonna do it. You're not gonna make it.
I realized that instead of doing a giveaway, that we should just raffle off something that we already like kind of own, like something used instead of new.
Right.
I wish we could do that. Like that hat that you're wearing, does it have any sentimental value?
Yeah.
Why?
Because my wife gave it to me for Christmas.
It's a Mario cap. She found it on the ground outside.
That's harsh, dude.
Clay.
I don't think she would like you saying that.
Is she watching?
No.
She didn't because of the frames per second, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Because of the three frames per second experience.
Can you blame her? Oh, great.
No, I can't. What are you giving me to work with here, Clay?
What are you giving me to work with here? Can't do too much.
Okay. Gary says it's 4:30 in the morning over by him, so he's got to go. Thank you so very much, Gary Gray.
Bye, Gary. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you watching, Gary. Keep your buns hot for me. See you later.
Okay. So we got to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been Switch Talk Live. It's our very first one. We got our training wheels on. This is training wheels, but we are going to be streaming more. We're going to be trying to give you impressions of games, just like we always have, and a little bit sooner, close to release date. So we'll be streaming and giving our impressions. I hope you like Clay's mad skills. Look at him go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching, and I hope you are, please give a little round of applause just where you are. He can hear you. He can hear you.
Thank you.
I know you're through the internets, but deep down, something inside is giving him a message that he's getting that applause.
I need that right now because I can feel the end of this level creeping up close to us.
I honestly want to thank everybody for watching. It means a lot. As we try to do new things, we haven't been into streaming. We're getting into, game. Whoa! We're getting into game reviewing. We'd appreciate any comments that you have, constructive criticism, what we did right, what we didn't. We really appreciate it because it's hard. It's hard to get out there. It's hard to start, and I'm very self-conscious. It comes from some traumatic experiences I had with cucumbers when I was younger, or as I like to call them, cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
All right, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Clay, do you have anything to say to the people before we go?
No, thanks for joining us. Our stream quality will only improve, so look forward to that and more to come in the future.
Don't set the bar too high.
We got this,
Don't
dude. Between
promise anything.
Between you and me, we can figure this out, dude. I'm confident.
Under promise, over deliver, brah.
Dude, last thing I want to say is that the Switch, the Joy-Con grip is much better than the Switch Pro controller. That's all I gotta say on that.
The Joy-Con grip
Yeah.
is better than the Pro controller?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. This thing, right? Right here.
Is on crack.
Look at
Oh,
it.
it's because it's a custom. It's a trick of the mind.
No,
You got
it's
that
awesome.
custom control, so you think it's better because
It
you
is.
because you like it more.
It is better, dude.
Okay. All right.
That's all I gotta say, dude. That's it.
We're done with yous, okay? No more opinions from Clay.
No, I last opinion. I think you should go buy this game because I think it's awesome. Art style's great. Gameplay is really fun. Music's really good. What's not to like? $10, dude. That's chump change.
$10.
Totally
I wanna
worth it.
I want to thank you, Spring Loaded, and for retweeting us and everybody who's watching.
Yes.
We'll see you next time, everybody, on Switch Talk.